just diving right into this conference, is what's some of the highlights that producers can expect this year?
Well, I think, one of the things we're quite excited about is just moving to Calgary. I mean, changing it up, and we created a new conference, the CrossRoads Crop Conference, and in Edmonton last year, and then this year in Calgary. So I think it's kind of exciting to reach out to some producers that are further away from the Edmonton zone and bring them here. And we're really trying to get into a bigger picture agriculture, and topics include farm business management and economic and environmental sustainability of the farming operations, and government policy impacting the farm gate and innovation. So we're trying to stick to those pillars and really look at a higher level, the future of agriculture.
What was as you mentioned, the first Crossroads was held last year, and this is going to be the second. What are you building on from the last one?
Last year was the trial balloon. So this year we had some feedback from last year, so we're trying to address some of those feedback and change it up. We had a little bit of a trade show area last year in the conference, and this year we've eliminated that completely. We found that wasn't the best method. So we're really encouraging the networking. So we're trying to get away from the booth setups where people have to go and network. We're trying to create that mix of industry and farmers in the room, and to network and share their ideas. So the idea of having a speaker who brings up topics and gets the creative juices flowing, I'm going to say, gets people thinking and asking questions, and hopefully we get that mix of industry and farmers to really uh network together. That's the value. The industry partners, they need the farmers input, and I think that's one of the key that farmers don't always realize, that industry is actually looking for your for farm input as to what they what their future, what their companies need to do better at, or what they're not doing, and where agriculture's heading. They're trying to get there first, competing against each other. And farmers are, we're the same. We're trying to find out what's coming up, and what's going to affect our farm gate, like the policies, or economic and or the sustainability practices. What does that mean to the farmer, and how does that affect my farm and farm gate prices? So I think that's the industry lots of times has a lot of information on where the broad market is. What they need to know is, what are their customers, the farmers, uh, doing, or how can we better help? How can we help each other? And so I think that's the networking piece of the Crossroads Conference, that intersection of people and ideas. That's to get those 1+1 doesn't equal 2, 1+1 can equal 3.
What do you commonly hear from farmers that attend events like Crossroads?
Well, because it's kind of new, I mean, last year we're coming, I mean, as you're well aware of, I mean, we've come off the Farm Tech conference in Edmonton, had been for years, and was quite successful. And it was a little bit different design with having a trade show in a much larger footprint. And so we hear from farmers, like, if you're coming and expecting exactly Farm Tech, it's going to be different. And so that's one of the, we'll hear that comments. So this is a higher level. This is um, but not to discourage farmers. I think it's really to get farmers to think about the industry as a whole. And it's not a trade show. It's not a trade show kicking tires on equipment and products.
Great. I guess anything you wanted to add, Todd, that I haven't asked you that you wanted to get in?
I mean, I think one of the keys too is the Farm Tech Foundation of Alberta is working in collaboration by the three Alberta crop commissions: the Alberta Canola, Alberta Grains, and the Alberta Pulse Growers. And so this is ran by your levy dollars. The levies of those commissions is putting this conference on for farmers, and our goal is to meet, to engage with farmers and hopefully benefit them in the future of their profitability by keeping their eye on the big picture of agriculture and be proud of agriculture. One of the things that I've noticed over the years that I really liked about these conferences is the ability to really showcase agriculture, to make farmers and industry proud of in that room, to be proud of being in agriculture and really happy that they're in the business. As we all know that every day, but there's days when we or times in the marketplace or the drought or weather patterns that we can get a little bit pessimistic about agriculture's future. This conference can pump up people. This conference can pump up the whole industry as a whole and really showcase what agriculture is all about and what a great future agriculture has in the path forward. And I think that's one of my goals would be is to really encourage, brings together the leaders in agriculture to forge a path, to a more innovative and sustainable future, to a positive future. And it doesn't need to be something we're scared of. It's something we need to understand and be part of. I think that's one of the key things we need to get people together. And it's also a place to breed new leaders in agriculture. I think it's a great way for agriculture folks to learn, and then as they learn, they might want to get involved. They might want to get involved in these kinds of commissions and involved in the agriculture industry as a whole. And I think that's, if we're all sitting at home in our podcasts and webinars, we don't meet each other. And this is an opportunity for farmers to meet face to face with other farmers across the province, not your neighbors, and really share what's working for you and what's not working for you, and share with the industry leaders. We have some of the leaders in industry there as well, so that you can see, well, what are those companies really trying to do? Where are they going? And I think that's the value, is that networking. It really goes back to the networking and learning about each other's industries and how do we move this industry forward.